This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or a mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances have the best prices in town, sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'm telling you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all: color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Graphics Printing.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Pedestrian safety is a two-way street. Both drivers and walkers need to do their part to keep roads safe. When you're walking, remember, the drivers may not always see you, so remember to use these tips to continue to walk safely. Wear bright clothes. Always use crosswalks and obey signs. Lights and reflectors should be used. And finally, keep alert and do not walk distracted. This message brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778, 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales. CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances have the best prices in town, sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'm telling you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all. Color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Graphics Printing. And also, you're welcome to listen to us on the Spreaker app. That's Spreaker. It sounds like speaker, but it's Spreaker. Spreaker. It's a free download from your marketplace or wherever you're downloading it from, and you could catch us there as well. And search Talkback Live when you get there. As a matter of fact, one word, Talkback Live. And you'll catch us loud and clear. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning, Bob. Good morning, everybody out there listening, watching, tuning in this morning. Another great show we got lined up for you today on this, man, is it already Thursday? It's already Thursday morning, November the 14th, 2019 edition of the show, man. We got a lot of stuff to get to on today. So y'all definitely going to want to tune in, join the conversation, as we say every day, and you always see scrolling right below us. Call in and join the conversation. As Bob said, 901-213-6020. Also, leave your comments and do all those things that Bob laid out for y'all as well. Also, follow our social media, Facebook, Talkback Live with Bob and our Facebook page. Check us out there. As well as Twitter at TalkBackLive. That's one word, at TalkBackLive. and everything else, man. So our multiple Facebook pages, Talkback Live Network and WTBL Talkback Live Network Facebook pages as well. Also, you can listen to the podcast version of each and every episode on Talkback Live Network on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcasts as well. So you can check us out, man, and hit us up in all those different directions. But live, you can listen exclusively on the Spreaker app, our Spreaker station, Talkback Live Network. So go check that out, and you will be good to go.
All right, let's get ready to get it on, Josh.
All right.
Phone lines are open, 901-213-6020, or you can go with us on Facebook or the Spreaker app.
Yes,
here we go. And in the headlines today, we've got there are so many places to go in the city of Memphis and Shelby County. There are so many things to do. It is a benefit to all of us to be able to have so many places to go and things to do, and you can take advantage of for yourself. And some places you go, well, they're exciting. You are glad to be able to go. Some places you go, it's the very first time. But some places you go, you just, I don't know. Well, let's talk about it. Josh, we have a story this morning about a therapist.
Yeah.
As, giving massages and things like that.
Yeah.
You lay on the table with a towel on, you pull off all your clothes, and you get exposed, and he or she are above you, and while you're laying there, and they're, rubbing and tensioning, pulling the tension out of your muscles and pulling you here, slapping you there, and
True.
And slapping on this and pulling on that and rubbing on this and sliding on that. I mean, things are going on the massage table.
Yeah.
But there's a story out, Josh, this morning. My goodness. People filming and taking pictures and doing some things on the massage table to customers that they're not supposed to do.
And that they're not asking for.
Well, some things you don't ask for. It all depends on where you go, what you get. And that's why you have to check out where you go before you get it. Josh, what's going on with this story?
Well, she got it, unfortunately. This is an odd story, man. So y'all know massage parlors, and not the Donald. I wouldn't say Trump, even though he wasn't technically associated with that place. But the Robert Kraft, if you remember, the Patriots got caught in that massage parlor in Florida. Not that type of place, but a legitimate place in the city of Memphis. The name was not given, but a disturbing experience happened to one of the customers there. Involving a cell phone, and she believes she was being videotaped.
Oh.
By the masseuse, I guess you could say, is the name of that person.
Well, if she believes she was being videoed, did she ever get up and say, "I've got to go, get off the table"?
No. Well, what she did do, I guess, was she said how disturbed she was about the entire thing, and did file a police report. She's got a lawyer.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the story, man. We got the story here.
All right.
And we just kind of want you to see this and give us your thoughts.
All right, let's let it roll, folks. Take a listen to this. right, it's coming up in just a second here.
She was violated during a massage.
Here we go.
Violated during a massage. She says that she caught her therapist red-handed using a cell phone while she was naked on the table, and she fears that person might have made a video.
That's enough to make you angry and clutch your pearls. The victim and her attorney spoke exclusively to Fox 13's investigative reporter, Greg Coy. He learned the whole idea of massage therapists having cell phones in that room is an issue the industry that regulate the industries have not addressed.
Not according to the Tennessee Department of Health. There is nothing in this statute that if a therapist should have their cell phone off or even in the room. And with cell phones these days being more than just phones, it is the videos or pictures that can be taken with these devices that is the big concern here. A gift certificate from her husband had Lynette Burke getting massages almost once a month for the past year at a popular massage chain here in the Mid-South.
Tension in your muscles get released, and it's soothing music playing in the background, and it's just a nice experience.
She tells me this past September, relaxation turned repulsive. Kirk says she noticed something odd in the therapist's technique on her nude body.
After a few minutes, I got on my elbows and looked up, and I could see that she had her cell phone in her hand, and it appeared she was doing a video. I could see images of what looked like the sheet.
What did you say to her?
I asked her what she was doing, and asked her if she was texting. She said, "No, I'm not texting." I said, "Well, what are you doing? Let me see your phone." And she put the phone to where the screen went black and laid it on the floor.
Kirk immediately got dressed, reported it to management, and says they told her the technician was fired. The next day, she filed this peeping Tom report with the Memphis police.
They gave the woman her phone back. They sent her home.
Kirk's attorney, Jeff Rosenblum, says no one can tell him if management ever checked the contents of that phone. Police tell me the report was reviewed by the Sex Crimes Bureau. MPD determined no criminal charges will be filed. Rosenblum wants to physically see the phone and have it forensically examined to see if anything was deleted or shared in the more than 24 hours before police got involved.
If the woman has deleted everything or thrown the phone in the river, that's going to be disturbing because those images, they don't die. They don't get thrown away in the river. They can be somewhere and can be resurrected at any point in time.
The massage industry in Tennessee is regulated by the state health department to make sure the therapists are licensed, the businesses are sanitary and lawful. When it comes to the cell phone issue, the rules and laws are silent. And according to this email the department sent me, which also stated if a massage therapists are licensed, the businesses are sanitary and lawful. When it comes to the cell phone issue, the rules and laws are silent. And according to this email the department sent me, which also stated if a massage therapist violates a client's privacy, the board can discipline the therapist no matter what technological method the therapist used. I contacted the two leading associations for massage therapists, and neither one of them have issued guidelines about cell phone use during a massage. It means the consumer must ask the questions.
Have you vetted your massage therapist? Have you made sure that they've turned in their phones?
I visited the business where the incident happened and was told a manager would contact me. Corporate Public Relations sent me an email that says policies call for franchisees to prohibit their service providers from utilizing a cell phone or other electronic devices inside a therapy room, which results in unauthorized photos or recordings, audio or video, or a breach of the client's privacy.
What was she doing? Why would she do that? Or was the phone sitting on a shelf while I was actually getting undressed? I have all these thoughts going through my mind.
Because no criminal charges are being filed, we're not naming the business. The point is there's no law stopping a masseuse from having a cell phone out. It is ultimately up to you and me, the consumers, to ask one simple question. Can you please turn off your phone? I'm Greg Coy, Fox 13.
All right, there you have it, folks. Wow, when you go in to get a massage, you know, you're laying there on the table and these folks, you know, they're rubbing on you, patting you, pulling on you, and slapping on you and all that other kind of stuff as they pour the oil on or whatever, you know, you're having them to do. But here's the thing. You know, you go in at your own risk. I mean, if you're going to go get a massage, you say, well, their business and you know, what they're supposed to do is to just give me a massage, not to record me and all these other kinds of things. You know, there are crooked folks out there. You know, this has probably been going on for a long time, but somebody finally just got about it and somebody finally got caught.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, filming with the cell phone, when you go into these places, you're going to have to go into a place with somebody you trust, and you never know what they're going to do. I mean, things are just like that now. You know, it's sad to say that, you know, you can't go into a place and privately, you know, get undressed and have the therapist get a massage in a way where you should get one. But, hey, that's the rules.
Well, I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
To me personally, I wouldn't even, you know, and maybe it's just me, right? But, you know, do y'all still feel like, you know, or, you know, as far as the ones that you got to just get out completely disrobed, you know what I'm saying, are worth it? You know, and I understand the relaxation. I mean, you know, you got these professionals that know what they're doing. But at the same time, man, I mean, think about stuff like this. Yeah. Or y'all just not worried about it.
Well, I mean, would you, after this story, go get another massage? I mean, what would you do? Do you still get massages? Or have you ever had a massage? Or after this story, some people say, I want to go get one.
So they can be recorded.
So you can be recorded. No.
See, y'all.
But would you, I mean, what would you do in this situation if you found out they were filming you during a massage session? Would you let a man therapist massage or do therapy on your wife? If you're married, if you're a man, would you let a therapist massage or do therapy on your wife?
A male massage, if you want to put it that way.
Yes. A male therapist. Would you let him do a massage or do therapy on your wife? If you're a man.
And
would you let a male therapist massage your wife? And you know when you're going in there with her or you're letting her go that therapist or that guy that's doing the therapy is going to be another man? Or would you go in and day before or whatever and check him out, take a look at him, see what he looks like, or you know, whatever? I don't know. Would you let a husband? Would you let a male therapist do a massage on your wife? Do therapy on your wife? That's the question I want to ask. 901-213-6020. Again, the 901-213-6020. And comments are coming in, yes.
Can I add something to the question I just thought about too?
Yeah.
So not just with the wife, and that's Bob's main question there.
Yeah.
But in addition, what I'm throwing in, as a man, how do you feel if it's another man that is the therapist for yourself?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
do you feel comfortable in that situation?
As a male, would you let a male guy or a guy do therapy on you?
Massage.
Or massage.
Massage you. Yes.
Would you let him massage you?
Because some therapy ain't massage, but this.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm talking about full.
Some people want to put their hands on another man. Another man want to put their hands on another man. What do you think? What would you do? Men, husbands, would you let a male therapist do a massage on your wife? And men, would you go in and get a massage done by a male therapist? Well, that's kind of hypocritical, you say, because if you don't want a man to massage your wife, then why would you want a woman to massage you? And it's the same principle.
Yeah, honestly.
Well, maybe your wife don't want a female therapist to be rubbing on you and slapping you around and all that other kind of stuff and pulling on things. I'm just saying, folks. I don't know. What would you do? 901-213-6020. Yes, Josh.
I agree with
comments are coming in. Yes.
I agree with Greg, and I'm gonna go through the other one comments first, but I'm gonna read his last because it's the last one that's there. But let's start with GKP.
Okay, hold on.
If you want to.
Yeah. I have another thing.
Yeah.
It says in the Tennessee, the state of Tennessee, as far as cell phones being in the room where you're getting your massage, your therapy done, it's silent on that.
Yeah.
In other words, there is no rule.
Nah, they can have whatever.
So they could bring their cell phone in there and just set it up or prop it up or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's up to you to ask, okay, do you have any cell phones or cameras in your massage room? I mean, that's up to the individual to ask that. If you don't ask, you go in and thinking, okay, well, this is a therapist. These are people that you can trust. So you can just yank your clothes off and go in there and lay down and everything's going to be okay. No. You can't do that. Everything's not going to be okay. There are these people out there that want to rub on you. There are these people out there, these therapists that want to rub on your wife. These male therapists, young men, old men. There are male therapists that want to put their hands on your wife. And there are male therapists that want to put their hands on another man. I'm just saying. And folks, reality. Come on now. Reality check. This is the way it is.
Now, the situation we just played?
Yes.
This was a woman, right? And you saw her husband holding her hand and everything.
Right.
But do you know who was videotaping her?
Who?
It was a woman.
A woman videotaping?
I mean, yes, it was a woman massage.
Okay, yeah.
And she's the one that had. That's when she turned around and said, "What's going on?"
She's videoing another woman with her rubbing on another woman.
Yeah.
Well, hey, homosexual and gay lifestyle.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
you got all sorts of stuff out there.
If you if you go into a therapy session and the therapy comes and meets you, however, I don't know how they do it. But what I'm saying is, if he comes to the door and he says, come on in, how you doing? With his wrist bent, you better walk out.
Okay, now
unless you just love for those type of men to rub on another man.
Okay, now here's another question. Is it discrimination if you walk out because your masseuse is a gay man as a man? Can that be considered discrimination?
Discrimination? I mean, well, you might as well say it's discrimination for to not to want to marry a gay man or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same principle. You can marry who you want to marry.
Yeah.
As far as you don't want a gay person. You don't have to marry a gay person. That's the same thing. Principle here. If you know a person is gay and you want another therapist to do the therapy on you, the massage, then if a person's gay and you want to walk out, you don't like what you see or hear, you have that right.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Absolutely, I know.
So
I mean, it wouldn't even be a question for me, to be honest with you.
But anyway, 901-213-6020. What do you think, folks? Massages, therapists, and these people out here rubbing on folk the wrong way and all this other kind of stuff. And filming them with your cell phones.
Yep.
All these cell phones got video cameras now, and some of these videos are top quality videos. And, like one of the guys in the video said, you can throw away the cell phone, but that never will get rid of the evidence or the video or the pictures. They're still there. You can pull them up on another phone.
Yeah, you just buy another one.
Yeah, so, I mean, so the pictures and video will be available for the person.
You see Kelly's comment there.
Yeah. What was that?
In the Facebook Live.
Oh, yeah. 901-213-6026.
I don't disagree.
What is a cell phone doing in a room? You just have to tell them to turn it off. And if you walk into a therapist room and the cell phone is there in the first place, it's time for you to turn around and walk out. And what if the therapy tells you, oh, no, that's only if I can get a phone call. No, buddy, you have a camera on that phone and you can do whatever you want. What do you think about this, folks? Is this a strange thing that's going on here in this story?
Something strange.
A therapist filming? A therapist is being accused of filming another person while they're naked on the table? I mean.
Well, here's the thing. Now, I just saw this comment here.
Yeah.
From Rachel. It's in the one of the watch parties here.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel says a couples massage session, which I've heard of, is normally done in the same room. That's where it's, husband and wife or whatever.
Right.
And they're getting massaged at the same time.
Uh-huh.
On two different tables right next to each other. And it says, I'm comfortable with that. You should know a professional massage from a not so comfortable massage.
But how would you know that beforehand, though? What's her name, Rachel?
Mm-hmm.
How would you know that beforehand?
I don't know. Now, some businesses, they have the more professional look than others, right? Sometimes you got the massage parlors in the certain part of town that look like they could be kind of shady, you know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. And then you have the professional-looking, massage therapists with the professional building and the high ratings on Google or Yelp. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got the money to be able to have all of those qualities.
Well, but then the 5-star, if people rate them women, that usually is a good sign.
Well, good sign.
You don't want to go to a 2-star massage place.
Well, I guess it's rated like everybody else, but the thing about it is people love the massage. Then, it may be another gay person, more gay people.
Oh, man, yeah.
It may be more gay people going in and getting a massage from a male therapist. Men going in there and saying, ooh, give it a good rating, because they want to help them out because, whatever. I don't know, folks.
Yeah,
but listen, this is serious. If you go into a massage and get a massage,
mm-hmm.
you should be able to trust them.
Absolutely.
And they should not, as their professional job is, have cell phones or anything. This is what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. They should not have their cell phone or any cameras in the room, period. Why? Why would you have cell phones and cameras in a therapist's room doing therapy or a massage on a customer? That doesn't make sense to me. Or do you think it's okay? Well, even though if the lady said, I think it was Rachel, mm-hmm. she said a husband and wife go in together.
Mm-hmm. Couples therapy.
A couple massage. Well, that's okay, but are you concerned about the person you may not know the therapist? Mm-hmm. What if he or she are doing a video and your husband, you and your husband may not know about it? Your stuff is out there. I mean, just because two of you are in the room, husband and wife are in the room, that doesn't make it right or safe for a person to say that a therapist is going to film or video you. Mm-hmm. And so that's the thing about that. So I don't know. But life goes on. There's wrong things and there are right things, there are good things, there are bad things that happen all the time. I guess in life, you take your chances. And you have to know the people that are doing the work. 901-213-6020. And Josh?
Got another comment here.
Yeah, let's go from the top.
Okay.
And read down through these comments here. And good morning, GKP.
I got it. I know you.
I've not been able to catch GKP's what do you call it? Show. I've not been able to catch it. Me personally, I don't know if it's still having technical difficulty, am I still your friend or? I'm just kidding.
Well, if you can see his comment, then that means you're not blocked or anything.
But I've never been able to get his show again. I mean, but anyway, all right. But good morning, everyone. Greg says good morning, everybody. Mm-hmm. And yes, in the headlines are great. Greg Brodell, as Greg would say, this is a big nothing burger. What? What does he mean?
Big nothing burger. Hey,
this is a big ado.
Hey, but I'll keep rolling because I don't know. Unless he elaborates later. Brodell says good morning also. Greg, get bucket naked in public, other than a doctor's office, it's risky.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably risky at a doctor's office.
What depending on a doctor's office, they could do something too.
Man, these doctors ain't cool, man.
Anytime your doctor tells you, when they do a what did they call that?
You're talking about a colonoscopy, right?
No, they do a
physical.
Physical, and then oh God, what did they call that? My goodness, we've all had it done several times, men, and prostate. They check your prostate. These doctors would tell you, okay,
that's a colonoscopy. That's
no. That's listen. When you do your prostate, a prostate. They would tell you, okay, doctor tell you, okay, drop your drawers or your pants and bend over.
Yeah,
and
that's the same.
That's not the same.
It's
thing.
not.
No,
okay.
Let me talk.
Okay,
it's not the same thing.
Okay.
When they drop your pants and they stick their finger up in your behind.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. They're doing a prostate check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, so if they're doing that, I mean, when listen, this is crazy, but hey, folks, listen, I speak my mind. Okay. Mm-hmm. Whenever a doctor keeps his finger in extra long, you need to, start pulling away. Okay? I mean, so what I'm saying, even if it's a doctor, you just can't, you have to have a doctor that you've been with and you trust. And, there's so many things that are going on, folks. I'm right. I'm not saying this, to be nasty or anything like that. It's the truth.
Yeah, that's definitely.
You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. It's the truth. Those things happen. So, okay, so you don't have a doctor that will stick his finger up in you and check you, and then not, go to the excess if he's, not straight. So, but hey, I guess, like someone said earlier, these are the chances that we take in life. Everything is a risk.
So I guess,
Rachel,
when it comes to
Greg,
just to what you were saying, when it comes to prostate exam, you wouldn't want a homosexual doing it, I'm assuming.
Well, I mean, you don't know these days.
That's true. You don't know.
You don't know.
That's very true.
You just don't know. I don't know. But at any rate, as long as they got the title doctor to their name, it doesn't mean that you can trust every doctor.
Yeah, that's
the point I'm making.
That's a great point.
All right, 901-213-6020. Greg says what? I have never...
Let's see. Let me go back here. I have never understood this industry, being the massage industry, other than for personal pleasure.
So if you don't think it's to undo the tightness that you have, the stiffness, and all of that. They say, massages can help in that area, Greg. Crack your bones and you'll be walking out more. Or is it a psychological thing? Is it a mind thing? People getting off the table thinking that they feel better, really don't. All they've had really is somebody to lay their hands on them.
Well,
and I'm not talking about in a spiritual way either. Okay.
I do think I bet it is, relaxed. I mean, when you get somebody to massage your shoulders, it feels good,
Yeah.
And I can imagine. But let's see what else. Then we got Kelly says H-Null. It ain't discrimination when it comes to not wanting a gay person to massage.
Okay, yeah, I agree. GKP?
Yes, sir. He says, what if the therapist is using the camera as a form of protection against false accusations?
Oh, come on, GKP.
Hey.
False accusations?
Yeah.
I mean, well, I guess
I ain't thought about that.
I guess this is where you would have to, if a therapist had the potential, or they have the what is the word I'm looking for? If they have the means to have another person in the room, then this is where they can have a witness. Or should it go that far? Because if you're going to a therapist, you know that you're already naked when you get on the table.
Yeah.
I mean, you know that. You're revealing it. So you're trusting that wherever this guy puts his hands, he's hitting those points, areas on your body where it can make a difference in your life. Mm-hmm. I mean, so yeah, but to take a camera in a room and form against false accusations, I don't know.
Well, people can't say, "Hey, you did this to me" or whatever.
Well, I mean, they went in there for a massage.
Well, what I'm saying, like, if the customer happens to want for whatever reason, falsely accuse the person doing the massage that they were doing more than that,
right,
then it would be just her word against.
Well, I guess the therapist would have to, have a person to sign a consent form or consent. Do you consent to me having a camera in the office while I'm massaging you? And if you do, sign this, please.
True.
And then once they sign that, they know the camera's there. They know that it's being filmed.
That's a good point.
And then, if something comes up, yeah, you can do it that way. But for a therapist to, without the person's consent or without the person's knowledge, have a camera there and videoing it and the person not know about it, no, that's I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
I think that would be the wrong way to do it. Yeah.
Definitely. Let's see. So,
good comment.
Good comment, though. Yeah. GKP says, turn on your notifications, Bob, as far as his show. This is concerned, so I guess maybe that's what it is.
I'll get everybody else message. Oh, no, just...
Greg says that's what I'm thinking when it comes to what Jay was saying.
Yeah.
Then Greg said prostate exam, they are different, Josh. Well, thank you for that. And hey, look, tell me. There's no problem.
Well, I'm your dad. I should tell you should believe what I'm saying.
No, it wasn't not believing. Okay. I mean, it was a question.
All right,
but
let's move on.
Jay says, whoa, Bob, with the bending over. And Greg says colonoscopy is a much more deeper exam.
Yes, it is.
With the eyes. So there it is.
Yeah, it is a much more deeper exam than that. And
this reminds me of George Bush, and somebody reminded me of this. If you remember, he spoke on something, wasn't dealing with men but with women. Check this out.
We got an issue in America. Too many good docs are getting out of business. Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women all across this country.
To practice their love with women all across this country. Only George W. Bush can do that. Play that again.
Oh, man.
Issue in America. Too many good docs are getting out of business. Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women all across this country.
Too many OBGYN are not able to practice their love for women all across
this country. Good grief, man.
Able to practice their love with women all across this country.
Yes. Land of the free. Home of the free. 901-213-6026.
It's a little too free, right?
Yeah, it's a little too free. Colonoscopy is much more...
deeper.
Deeper. Yes, indeed. Yeah.
And that's one of the watch parties. I see some comments I missed here. Jet is actually on one of them. He says, not okay. I know couples or not. Ain't nobody touching on my woman while I know about it.
Oh, wow.
And he also says, anyone rubbing on me is sexual. Maybe if I'm old as that, or on my deathbed, it may be different. But for now, that's a no-no.
Oh, come on, Jay. I mean, what was that? Jet. Come on, Jet. Now, you know if we get all up 116 years old, ain't no young person want to come in and rub on our wrinkled up self. Come on now. I'm just kidding. But anyway.
and then he says to the prostate.
Yeah.
He said, or if he has both hands on your shoulders while he's checking your prostate.
Oh, come on. Boy, that's the laugh of the week there. That's the laugh of the week. Jet, you have won. Dun, 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 dun. You have won the laugh of the week. That's the joke of the week, folks.
Definitely.
That is a good one right there. Yeah. Boy, I tell you, that's a good one there. 901. Folks, Jet started this, okay?
That would scare anybody.
901-213-6020. Oh, wow. What a comment that was. But at any rate.
Also, it's one from Charlie Harper in the building.
Yes, Charlie Harper. Well, you're welcome out of Humboldt, Tennessee.
He says, good morning, my brothers. Keep up the good work.
All right. Good morning. And I wonder, how long ago did he make that statement?
That was right after Jet's comment about the prostate.
Oh, okay. So, I was thinking to say if he. Okay, thanks for listening to us, and thanks for the comment and the encouragement that you're sending out to us. We really appreciate that, Absolutely. Charlie Harper out of Humboldt, Tennessee. I think Charlie, I think he's got got a dealership up there in Humboldt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Check that out.
You want to hit us up, Charlie, on that?
Yeah, we can help out.
Come on, man. Let us know. Call in or something. We'll let you talk about it for a few minutes here, a couple of minutes. Come on, call in and let the people know they're listening all around West Tennessee. What's going on? All right. Now, if you're in Memphis, I can't give you that pleasure because you're too close. You got to spend some money. And plus, I've known Charlie for.
Oh yeah,
it's all the way back to high school. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, he's that old. Yeah. But anyway, all right. What else you got, Josh?
Jet says, "Good old GW, George W." LOL. And then he said, "Well, Trump ain't having any of that.
What?
Ain't having that problem." Okay.
Oh,
yeah. As far as
yeah,
loving women, I guess.
I guess not. Yeah. Folks, we're talking about massage therapists having cell phones in their therapy session room while they're giving you or your wife a massage. Would you, one of the questions that I have, I mean, what do you think about the cell phone being in the room while you get the massage?
Yeah.
Okay?
Would that make you feel disturbed?
All right. Now, what do you think, would you as a man, a husband, would you allow a male therapist to do a massage on your wife? I mean, would you allow a male therapist to do a massage on your wife? That's another question. All right. And we've got other comments coming in here. Yeah. Okay. Frankie said something.
Oh, Frankie's in the building. Okay.
Frankie, welcome to the show.
Let me see.
Thanks for your comment.
I hadn't even seen it yet. Hold on, let me pull it up again. So that I got to hit refresh on my screen here. Because the last comment, here it is. All right. Yeah. Frankie says my dad had dementia, and his therapist, who would come to the house to stretch his legs and help him walk, had a ponytail and was soft-spoken. Although my dad's memory was leaving quickly, he asked the therapist if he was a guy or a girl.
Well,
oh, so it was a guy with a ponytail.
Well, maybe he got. Maybe I don't think his mind leaving him too fast.
And she said he also asked me, as far as her father, asked her to never leave him alone with that girl.
Yeah,
with the guy/girl.
Hey, the big ponytail hanging back. I mean, guy can wear long hair.
Yeah, I can.
But you will get into the scripture about that, though, as far as long hairs and women wearing hair and all that. That's a teaching in the Bible. Yes, Paul talked about that. How you to wear your hair. And, but, then he went on, we have no such, custom in the churches of God. So, anyway. It all, you just do things in moderation.
Yeah.
About. All right. Thanks, Frank, for your comment. And, so, hey, 901-213-6020.
Also, give us your comment on the question Bob just asked.
Yeah. Do you,
about the cameras.
Right. Do you, would you go in a massage and get a massage and they're telling you we're going to have cameras in the session? And you have to sign something. Would you sign the consent form? And, or husbands, would you let a male therapist do a massage on your wife? Yes. Would you allow that? And some people probably say, well, it all depends on the guy. It all depends on this and that. I mean,
And Jet says no. He's the only guy so far to say straight up no. Yeah.
But that's just like a doctor, Jet. I mean, OBGYN, spreading their love all across America.
We got an issue in America. Too many good docs are getting out of business. Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women all across this country.
I tell you what, he was my friend. that was the man, George W. Bush.
Bush and his speeches, man. He unintentionally was a great comedian, unintentionally.
Unintentionally.
Yeah.
But a good man, though.
Yeah,
All right. In other news, you can continue to comment about that and some other things. Now, this is open conversation today as well. I'm going to leave it open for open conversation. If you want to, whatever you want to talk about, leave a comment about something, or you want to call in, talk about something that we're not talking about. And I'm going to open that up. I normally don't do that, but I'm going to open that up today for open conversation as well, along with what we're talking about. If you have something different you want to talk about, something that's on your mind, and you can share that today. Open conversation, 901-213-6020. Now, I don't normally do this. So, that's right. I don't normally do this, but I'm opening up the phone lines and, for you to call in and talk about whatever's on your mind. Or you may have a story that of interest that we may not be talking about today.
Yeah, definitely.
What's going on in Memphis? What's going on around the country? What did you hear? What is some of the things you agree with, some of the things you disagree with that's going on, or just life in general? What is your beef? What do you have against someone? What you don't like? What you do like? I mean,
just put it all out there.
Just put it all out there. 901-213-6020. Also in the news, carjacking. You know what? I don't know, Josh. Carjacking to me has been down in Memphis.
Yeah, I hadn't heard as much about it.
I hadn't heard too much about carjacking until the other day when a 12-year-old
boy.
Or is he 12-year-old? Is he considered a young man now? Well, you should. I don't know. You shouldn't. Should call him a young man so they can feel good about growing up.
He's almost a teenager.
Yeah, he's almost a 12-year-old young man carjacked a woman. put a gun on her and tried to carjack it, take the car anyway. 12 years old? He's not old enough to get a driver's license. I know he don't have one, but what did he want with the car? How was he going to drive? I mean, maybe he was a taller guy, but anyway, Josh, what's going on with this story?
Very crazy situation. I know it really kind of spread around Memphis like wildfire when that story came out, because you know how crime is in Memphis already.
Yeah.
But when you hear something like that, it's kind of striking to everybody.
But this is the first carjacking I've heard of in a little while.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, same here. But I think, like I said, with the 12-year-old being involved, it's very weird.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, he's not even driving age anywhere close. But here's the story, and here's kind of how it all went down in East Memphis at a Kroger. So y'all check this out.
Now, this is off Poplar Avenue.
Yes.
Well, Tuesday's attempted carjacking many in the community. And
let me make sure it's the right video playing. Now, here we go.
Happened in broad daylight, and it involved a 12-year-old boy. Local 24 News reporter Brittany Moncrief spoke with folks outside the Poplar Avenue Kroger in East Memphis where it all happened. She joins us live in the studio now. Brittany, what did those people tell you?
That's right, Katina. Many still can't believe that a 12-year-old was behind the attempted carjacking yesterday afternoon. But tonight, some are thanking those who helped the victim, and others are looking into what could be done for the boy.
Stuff happens everywhere. It's just becoming more and more prevalent as time goes on.
Even here at this Kroger on Poplar Avenue in East Memphis, Tuesday, a suspect tried to carjack a woman at gunpoint. What shocked most was the suspect's age. 12.
And he was only 12 years old? That's insane.
They're kind of young, 12 years old. I mean, that's a baby.
The victim fought back, witnesses helped, and were able to hold the boy until police came.
I think that it shows that we are a really tight community and that people are willing to sacrifice, themselves to help people that need it.
If you see something, act on it. Just because you never know, like that lady could have gotten really hurt. It could have been like a different circumstance.
Which is why Memphis Police Director Michael Rawlings says they have to find the root of the problem.
Me and the district attorney, Amy Warwick, were talking about what can we do to help that 12-year-old. Because the act is one thing, but the symptom of why is a 12-year-old out on a parking lot committing a carjacking should alarm all of us.
He says that alarm should signal a proactive approach.
We have to meet these young men, these young women where they are and try to, help them see that there's more to life than what they may have seen.
And Memphis Police Director said it's also important for parents and guardians to always know where their kids are and get involved with them. Live in the studio, Brittany Moncrief, Local 24 News.
Brittany.
Okay, what do you think, folks? A 12-year-old young man, should he be called a boy by committing such an act? Maybe he's not become a young man yet. But I wonder what's going on in his home.
Yeah, it's got to be something. I think that's
where would he get a gun, though, Josh, at that age?
That's a great question.
Is it a gang-related thing, or did they hand him a gun and said, okay, this is your gang initiation, this is what you have to do in order to become, finalize your membership? I don't know how they do that, but at any rate, 12-year-old young man, boy, and on the streets pulling a pistol on someone in a parking lot of a grocery store and anywhere, and demanding another person's car. This is sad, folks, because this guy is learning already not to work for what he gets. He wants to take somebody else's stuff. This is the problem that we have too much in society, especially here in Memphis.
Yeah.
Nobody, people don't want to work and get their own things. They want to take everybody else's stuff. I mean, that's a problem to me. That's a real problem. If a man will not work, neither shall he eat.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the things, he's not going to be able to enjoy the things of life. And then especially for him, it's not right for him to go out and then just because he don't want to labor with his hands like everybody else, or whatever kind of job he wants to get in society or life, and the things, whatever he wants to do, just because he's not active, he can't go out and take other people's stuff. And then, this is probably somebody that has not learned or haven't learned anything from their home, from their rearing, you call it, their raising. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's not a man in his life. Well, can we continue to use that as an excuse? That maybe there's not a man in the house. I mean, well, that's been the case for years now. But, but hey, and one thing I want to say here, my hat's off to a lot of single mothers out there that raise young men. Absolutely. And they raise them right. Mm-hmm. And young men come out to be good crops in society. My hat's off to you, and we appreciate the great job that you're doing keeping up young women that are single mothers out there. But it would be better if the husband and wife would be, attached or together and raise their children, and that type of thing. But you know how it is in society. But this young man pointed a gun at a lady in a Kroger parking lot off and demanded her car. But I guess he didn't know everything, Josh. He didn't know how to go by doing a carjacking. But because there were other people around and saw the carjacking, and they were able to come in and help in this situation.
Yeah, I did see Greg was talking about, and I did hear, it was on another news station, I think it was Channel 3, that said about the same story. It was the biggest 12-year-old he ever saw.
Yeah, never seen a 12-year-old this big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, man, I mean, there's some big kids out there.
Yeah.
But, it is a shame. Now, here's what I'm curious about, because I saw a couple on the watch party here.
And I've got a comment I want to make that Chief, what is his name? Director Rollins.
Yeah.
Director Rollins mentioned one of his comments, and see what you think about it. I'm talk about it in just a few minutes. Josh, go ahead.
Well, and actually to that point, somewhat, Jet was saying Amy Wyrick ain't trying to help. She's probably licking her chops at the possible Christmas bonus from the private prison industry.
Yeah, you're right.
He also says, I don't like that Harriet Tubman movie. Which there's a Harriet Tubman movie that's out in theaters now.
Oh, really? What is that?
Harriet Tubman, the Underground Railroad.
I know that, but what is it about? It's
about that, yeah. I hadn't seen it. I've actually heard good things about it.
Yeah.
But what don't you like about it, Jet?
Well, I'm kind of on the same level as Jet here in this particular situation. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if he feels the same way.
Yeah.
I don't like to bring up these type of movies and these showings about what happened to African American or slave movies. Yeah. I don't like seeing that stuff on TV. I despise that stuff at the movies. All that does to me is stir up our young men and make them angry. And when they get angry, they go out and feel that they have to take revenge. Vengeance or get revenge. But the problem is they don't go out and do it to the whites.
Yeah.
They go out and do it to the blacks. They go and tear up their own neighborhood. I'm not saying that you should go and do violence to any man. No, absolutely not.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are they, white, blue, green, yellow, red and yellow, black and white? We're all precious in his sight.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, you shouldn't go out and do anything to anybody. But why are we continually showing these slave movies? That's all it is. And showing about what happened to us back in the day. Well, we need to know our history. Come on, get off of that. We need to know our history. There's a lot of other things you can talk about our history rather than showing this kind of junk.
And I don't like
and I understand it was wrong for the people to put anybody in slavery. It was wrong. It was totally wrong. I'm against it. But I'm not going to continue to dwell, and I'm not going to let young men and women, black young men and women, sit up and show them movies and talk about things and talk about how bad we were treated and all that kind of stuff continually over and over and over until you make them angry. There's a way you can get it out there without making people angry. And this is where we've gotten to the point to where young people are angry now. Some of them are angry at the way we were treated, but they turn around and tear up their own community. So, if you're going to teach them that, then teach them that, hey, do not go out and retaliate against any race, especially your own race, and tear up your own neighborhood just because you're angry about what they did to us in slavery. It does no good. So train them that, hey, this is for learning. This is for what you need to know about what happened. And I want it not to motivate you to do the wrong thing. We want to motivate you because of your learning to do the right thing.
Because honestly, I think to me, movies like that should, especially when it comes to the Harriet Tubman version, because there are other versions that are more kind of just, it's almost like it's not even historical. It's just kind of just showing it as I don't know. It's ridiculous. But as far as the Harriet Tubman,
a lot of actors to make money.
Yeah, exactly. Because the slave movies tend to generate a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that with Harriet Tubman, what it should do, if it's done the right way, if the movie's done the right way, it should motivate you as a black person to see what people did there for us to be where we are now.
Okay, do you think carjacking, do you think that slavery and this young man that did this carjacking, a 12-year-old, was he a black male?
What you mean, it's a 12-year-old?
Yeah.
I don't know. They didn't show a picture of him.
Okay, well,
I would assume.
Some people, I don't know now. Some people used to say that if it's a black person, they're gonna show a picture every time.
That's true.
Well, a lot of times they can't show the picture of a.
But they do that a lot.
Well, they can't show a picture under 18.
That's true, but I've seen them do it.
Yeah, they're not supposed to.
They're not supposed to.
In most cases, they don't. Mm-hmm. But okay, you're right. I apologize for that. I was wrong. You can't show a picture of a minor. That's what they consider a minor. So that's the reason why they didn't do that. But at any rate, they didn't say whether he was black or whatever. They probably didn't want to say that. But some people used to say that if they didn't say if it was a black person that did it, they would say it. If it was a white person that did it, they won't say anything. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how true that is, but it's not all about white and black and all that kind of stuff. But the thing about it is, reality. This 12-year-old, I wonder if he's seen slavery movies. I wonder if he's seen those movies.
Well,
or do you think something like that may have triggered this young man to do or to commit this type of crime? And maybe this probably is not the first crime he's committed. I don't know.
I that, especially if you're to the point of carjacking
and with a gun.
Yeah, that's not the first time
he's probably done some smaller things. We've never heard about. But
I'm gonna tell you this, just to me now, in my opinion, I don't think enough young folks even watching movies like that for that to have that large of an. I'm not saying it can't, but I don't think it's enough watching those type of movies to have that large of an impact. Yeah. I just think you see what you see in the culture, you see what you see in your community.
Right.
You're around it, kind of flow into it if you don't have the right parenting.
Right.
Or situation. And clearly, to me, if you're 12 years old carjacking, you're by yourself
Okay, but
that's very. But what are you doing in East Memphis?
How did he get there?
Yeah,
he's 12 years old. He can't drive. Well, maybe he can, but he don't have a license to drive.
Because that particular Kroger is not really. I mean, it's a neighborhood way back.
Yeah, but it's not a bad area.
No, it's not. So I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah,
where did he come from?
Yeah, how did he get there?
Yeah.
Did somebody drop him off? Or is there a bus stop or something he may have gotten off there or whatever? But what made this young man, 12 years old, felt that he needed to pull a gun on someone and carjack them or rob them in a parking lot of a grocery store? What gave him this idea?
Well, let me look here now.
What made him think that he could do this? Now, I promised the people that I was going to say something, John.
Yes.
Let me say it if I can.
Yeah.
About Director Rollins' comment. Director Rollins, at the carjacked the 12-year-old, Director Rollins said, "What can we do for this 12-year-old?" Okay. What can we do for this 12-year-old? What do you mean, what can you do? Some people will say, well, lock him up. That's what you do. Because people now that are 12 years old are a lot more advanced than when we were coming along and we were 12 years old.
Yeah.
You know, today, these young...
It happened in Brighton.
Yeah.
These young people today at 12 years old are a lot more advanced than when some people were back in the day. So if they're out there at 12 years old and they have a gun in their hand and commanding to other people give up their property or their belongings, then this person is more mature and more well aware of what they're doing than you really realize. So what can we do for this what can we do for this 12-year-old? Lock him up. That's what you do. I mean, so okay, if you don't lock him up, if you don't lock him up, do you allow this guy to think that he can continue to get away with stuff? If you don't lock him up, you got to let the people know the consequences of their actions. And this 12-year-old, if he haven't been told,
he'll know now.
He'll know now.
But check this out.
You
or will he?
Oh.
Depending on what he's saying. And here's the comment that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Here it is. I turn it up. There we go.
Michael Rawlings says they have to find the root of the problem.
Me and the district attorney, Amy Warg, were talking about what can we do to help that 12-year-old. Because the act is one thing, but the symptom of why is a 12-year-old out on a parking lot committing a carjacking should alarm all of us.
He says that alarm should signal a proactive approach.
We have to men, these young women, where they are and try to, help them see that there's more to life than what they may have seen.
Okay, so what are you going to do? Okay, should we treat him like a criminal? Or should we give him flowers and candy and roses and a scholarship to go to school somewhere?
Well,
that's what a lot of people are doing to these people that commit crime. Well, we need to help them out. Give them flowers and candy and roses, and then turn around and help them to get into a school where they can learn a trade and everything else. And then what are you doing to a criminal? You're putting this criminal above those people that are obeying the law. Young people that are obeying the law and doing the right thing. They don't get to go to a trade school. They don't get to go to a school or any training to advance them in their future. So just because he's a criminal, you're going to say, okay, give him roses and candy and send him to a trade school, or send him to help. Let's pay for him to go to a college course or something like that where he can get a trade, and then he could better, better
his
life from there. I mean, but are we neglecting those that do the right thing? And this is the problem, I think. If we're neglecting those that are doing the right thing, then eventually they're going to see, and because you're not giving them or helping them out, you're helping the criminals out, they're going to say, hey, in order for me to get something, I'll go out and commit a crime like they did, because they're going to help me go to school. They're going to pat on my back. Everybody's going to be around me. We're here for you. There's a lot of people out there, young men that are out there, 10, 12 years old, 13 years old. Nobody's around them to encourage them.
It's true. Now, I know we're going to have to break soon, but there's a lot of comments over here on the watch party.
Hold on. Somebody said, "Oh, he's a baby." A baby nothing. He's a baby criminal is what he is. A criminal. Am I being too hard? If the person commits the act, well, everybody makes mistakes. Let me tell you something. That was no mistake. That was premeditated, and he thought about that before he did that. That takes some planning.
Oh, yeah.
Oops, I mistakenly pulled a gun out on the lady. I didn't mean to do it. I just missed. It was my, sorry. My bad. No. That guy intentionally pulled that gun out on that. All right. So, what do you have, Josh?
I was looking at some comments here from Jed in the watch party. I know it's not on the main video feed.
Yes.
But let me go back. Okay, he said if they charge him as an adult, they can show his photo then, even if he's underage.
Okay.
Then they said gangs use kids that age to avoid serious charges. So they have them do certain things like that. So the older folks won't catch a big.
But here's the thing: if they don't, that's my. And
point. That's really going right to your point.
That's going right to my point.
I didn't even think about that. But
so if you because of charge them,
they're gonna keep doing.
They're gonna keep doing it. This is why they're using kids like this. Yeah, and then when you charge that joker, say, hey, boom, you're gonna be charged like everybody else. You're gonna be charged. You're gonna be punished. And that person, maybe that's a wake up call. Hey, I'm not gonna do that anymore. But they need to be punished. And somebody said, well, you got to think about the young man's life. You got to think about this, and all that kind of stuff. You got to think about what if that was you. I mean,
well, you know what? I honestly think, to your point, I think punishment done the right way can help a lot of folks.
It can help a lot of people.
Like people think punishment is just like, this slave type or terrible. Look, I mean, punishment is punishment. And if it's done the right way,
right, yeah,
then it could really help if the child takes it
the right way.
If
something was wrong with punishment, then why do God punish his people for doing the wrong things?
And parents and children, Yeah. I mean, you grew up, like we talked about the other day, everybody talked about growing up getting whooped, right?
Right. Exactly.
I mean, so that wasn't a bad thing.
You have to chastise.
Yeah.
And, person don't want to be chastised, and all that, then he's,
They're going to keep being what
I can call it what the Bible says, but I'm not going to say that word.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway.
Let's see. What else? They are just, I'm not sure what this is something replying to something you said earlier.
Yeah.
They are just more damaged. Young babies out there making grown folk choices because of neglect.
Young babies? Well, that gets me when you call these kids that are pulling guns on people young babies.
But just hear the point, though.
Okay, all right.
But young babies out there making grown folk choices because of neglect. Meaning, I would assume from the parents or somebody in their life.
Right.
Ain't doing something right.
I agree. And
when they find that root, they won't like it and then ignore it. Now, he's talking about the cops now. When Rollins said they're going to try to get to the root of the problem.
Yeah.
He said they're going to ignore it once they find the root of the problem.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
But how long does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? That's the root of the problem.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Are they going to be patient and suck that sucker till they get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop? Or bite into it, before they get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop. That's the thing. So, but, oh my goodness. Yeah.
You got to remember, these are babies, man.
Yeah, these are babies, but they're not babies. They pulling a gun on folks. I ain't never seen no baby. Oh, baby. Yeah. Don't cry, baby. Just pull a gun on somebody. That's a baby you talking about. Don't do the crying. Stop crying. Just pull a gun on somebody. People are not babies. And I can understand some young men have probably been neglected. Like, who was that? Jet said?
Mm-hmm.
They've been neglected. And in that society, what can we do? We have to also, these young men that are out there, they're doing the right things. They're not getting in trouble. We have to honor and respect those young men before they turn and feel that they're being rejected and neglected, because all of the kids that are getting attention are the ones that are committing crime. And that's a problem. Why give all these young men and women attention that are committing the crime and treat them like they're good citizens? And when you have those that are good citizens, young teenagers and young men, 10 and 12 years old, women out there that are doing the right thing, trying to do the right thing, get their schoolwork, make good grades and all that kind of stuff, obey their parents in the Lord, which is right, that the days may be long upon the earth. But we are honoring and paying more attention to those that commit crime and neglecting those that are doing and trying to do the right thing. I mean, we're backwards. If you commit the crime, you should be able to do the time. And if young people are out there doing good things in society, mm-hmm. they're obeying their parents, doing good in school, they're living in society like they're supposed to, it's a shame for them to even think that they would, to pull a gun on somebody, it would be a shame. Those kids need to be honored. They need to be honored. Those are the ones that you help in society. But you cannot those that are in trouble. Well, if they're in trouble and you lock them up, you don't have to go search for them. Teach them while they're in jail. You have them in your custody.
And I think one of the things, too, I think I agree with that. Mm-hmm. And one of the problems has been, let's go to the phone lines.
Greg, welcome to the show. Good morning on a Thursday.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you all?
I'm doing good. How about you, sir?
Doing pretty good. Out here in Dyersburg, Tennessee.
Dyersburg.
Oh, okay.
Wow, you way up there today.
You've been doing some traveling.
Yeah, man. I had to come up here and get my, what do you want to call it, homesteader on up here.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of nothing going on up here.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I can believe that.
You talk about a big nothing burger. That's Dyersburg.
with extra cheese.
You with extra cheese.
Hey, but look, Bob, let me help you out on something real quick.
Yes, sir.
All right. So the overwhelming thought about children that are committing crimes, and the reason people offer them so much stuff is because the ones that are not committing the crimes presumably have everything that they need not to, commit these crimes.
Ah, Greg, you can't assume that. There are a lot of poor kids. There are a lot of kids that live in the poverty level. There are kids that just don't have their parents don't have everything. I just don't believe all of those kids that are committing the crime, those that are not committing crimes, are people that are middle class and up, and they have everything they need. I don't believe that. I think that I don't believe. I think you just have well behaved kids that are behaving like they're supposed to behave. Mm-hmm. Now, what do we do with those that don't behave that way? I'm sorry, Greg. Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't believe that most of the time, but the stats are there. Mm-hmm. The stats are there. The history is there.
Yeah.
That the children of these underprivileged homes tend to be the ones more at risk to doing, criminal behavior.
Yeah.
That's been said and proven for a long time. Is that all of them? No.
Yeah.
But it is an overwhelming percentage of them, though. So, and that's the prevailing thought about, offering them these things to where otherwise it wouldn't have these avenues to keep them from the bad avenues. And that now, and I think the same way as far as, offering them these things to give them a chance of hope. Because here's the thing I used to always struggle with. I used to always struggle with poverty and crime. What was the correlation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I looked at it for myself. We didn't have nothing coming up, and none of us came out to be criminals as far as my siblings.
Right.
But as I got older and began to understand some things, the correlation between poverty and crime is simply this. People that have nothing, or the perception that they have nothing, or nothing to lose, will act like it.
That makes sense.
And so, and that, I had to come to grips with that, because like I said, I was always one of them. Oh man, hey, I came from nothing, but I turned into something. Well,
Yeah.
But there was one thing that I did have. I had, a 2-parent home. I had a strong family, and a close-knit family. So, that helped out a lot,
Okay. And I'm going to tell you, from my understanding, because I'm the same way as far as myself, 2-parent home, and never really had to deal with a lot of problems that I know some people I know and came up with and seen through school went through. And you kind of see when you get older, like, man, you kind of look and you hear them talk about, like I know some guys that have came out of that situation. When I know when they were in school, they were in gangs and they were doing this and doing that and selling this and whatever else. They came all the way out of it to do some extremely productive things now. And one of the main things they talk about is either they didn't have a father around, or it was just them and their mother and they were trying to do this and didn't really have any guidance. Some didn't listen to their mother. They listened to the streets, and the streets were their family, and they more leaned to that direction until they got old and realized this could get me killed after they saw so many other folks with them get killed. But unfortunately, a lot of folks don't get that realization until something happens to them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't get it. I do think there is a correlation, but I guess the thing is, to me, when you hear Director Rollins say that, do you think there will actually be action with those words? Because you always hear that stuff, but, the problem still exists. I guess, I don't know.
Well, a lot of times when the people that of it, they're not the ones that actually can put it in place, though,
Okay.
Because he still has to go through the mayor and the city council and all the red tape and bureaucracy to get anything done that he wants done.
Hey, you know how that is. Yeah.
There's this study, that study. You got to get doggone consultants. Then you got to get, the feasibility of it. How much it's going to cost? Who's going to pay for it? And all that kind of noise. But anyway, fellas, that was my 2 cents, man. I got to continue to do some work out here.
Yes, sir.
It's nice and balmy today, though. I'm loving it.
Yeah, man. You can almost, not even wear a jacket or nothing, man. Just T-shirts and
try that though,
and shorts,
Oh shoot, Josh! I don't even own a jacket or a coat, so.
Oh man, just bare arm in it.
I don't get cold. I don't get cold either. Of cold weather, so.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm a fan of.
All right, it's gonna catch up with you one day. The old folks used to say. Greg?
My mama still fuss at me about it. It's been 48 years, so,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Greg, man, we appreciate it. And, it is much warmer today, though, rather than being out
in comparison.
The teens.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, I'm going to get to the end, though, man.
All right, Greg,
Appreciate
thanks
it,
for the call.
All right, man.
All right. And 901-213-6020. And I think I hung it up. Yes, I did. Yeah. 901-213-6020. What do you think, folks? Do you think that person carjacking this guy, 12 years old, committed this crime? Can we Director Rollins asked the question, what can we do for the 12-year-old? What can we do? Like Greg said, yeah, we want to help them.
Yeah.
But I don't mind helping the 12 years old or those are 10 or whatever age they are that are committing these crimes. I don't mind that. My point is, if you're going to do something for them that commit crime only, then the ones that are trying to do good and to live the way that they should as young people, they would probably feel the sense of being neglected by the community because the people that are doing the wrong things get all of the attention. They get all of the free and things that they have a chance to do. That's my thing. But anyway, 901-213-6020. Yes. And we're going to have to take a break here, our producer says. And when we come back, we'll continue our conversation. And maybe I have another question of the day. Yes, it is a Thursday. And you're listening to Talk Back Live with Bob.
And
9, is that right? 9:29?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I just took a look. I'm like, whoa.
9:29, 29 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock Central Time, that is. And a very pleasant good morning to you on a Thursday morning. We'll be back after this.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances have the best prices in town, sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'll tell you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. P-Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis. A complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all. Color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. P-Graphics Printing.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Pedestrian safety is a two-way street. Both drivers and walkers need to do their part to keep roads safe. When you're walking, remember, the drivers may not always see you, so remember to use these tips to continue to walk safely. Wear bright clothes. Always use crosswalks and obey signs. Lights and reflectors should be used. And finally, keep alert and do not walk distracted. This message brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue, here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778, 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales.
Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all: color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Graphics Printing.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Pedestrian safety is a two-way street. Both drivers and walkers need to do their part to keep roads safe. When you're walking, remember, the drivers may not always see you, so remember to use these tips to continue to walk safely. Wear bright clothes. Always use crosswalks and obey signs. Lights and reflectors should be used. And finally, keep alert and do not walk distracted. This message brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Patrol.
C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue, here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-3.
You're listening to Talk Back Live with Bob and Josh. Talking about current events and topics that matter. Call in now. 901-213-6020. 901-213-6020. Now, here's Bob and Josh.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain
you on a Thursday morning. A lovely Thursday morning. Started your day off 31 degrees, partly cloudy skies. It's going to be a beautiful day today. Temperatures feel a lot better than they did yesterday and the day before.
Oh, yeah.
19 degrees, 17 degrees, wind chill factor making it feel like 0 or 5 degrees. Wow. But, hey, you made it through it. But welcome back to the show. And the topics we were talking about today, a massager is having a cell phone in the room during the therapy session. Do you agree, or would you have a therapist to do a massage on you knowing that the cell phone is in the room? Or maybe let's say you don't know the cell phone is in the room. Do you agree with a therapist doing a massage on you and you might be filmed? That's what happened to a customer. They didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
But they saw the cell phone. But the thing about it, if you see it, why don't you say something about it? I mean, you see a cell phone on a counter in a therapist's room. You're going to do a massage and you're naked and you don't ask any questions? Or should you? Or some people feel that, okay, well, maybe it's there. They're not going to do anything with it. It's just that maybe they're keeping it there in case they need to be in contact with the world or something. But what do you think? Do you think it's a violation or that a person, that a therapist should get rid of his cell phone out of a room where therapy is going on, in a therapy session? All right? But the rules in Tennessee are silent.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
there's really no law.
There's no law against it.
They can do what they want to do.
I guess if there's no law against it, you can't say anything. Yes, you can say something. I'm feeling that if you don't want the camera in there with the phone, say something about it. And this person was being filmed while getting a massage. You're naked, and they're, pulling on you, punching on you, slapping on you, rubbing on you, and everything else, and then use the phone to video all of this. That should be a private session. Does this bring into jeopardy, or does this cause people now to not want to get a massage? Or do you have to go to somebody you trust? Well, can you trust the third person that you trust?
That's the thing, because the majority of these masseuses, massage therapists, they you ain't gonna know them. So unless you just happen to have a hookup or something like that. But, that's kind of one of those things where is it worth the situation? I guess you could say.
And one person made a statement, said that, well, you can go in at a husband and wife in the therapist and you can feel safer. Well, can you feel safer that maybe the person is not filming the both of you?
Yeah.
In there. So, but anyway, hey.
And this
what
lady,
do you do, though?
And this lady, like I said, it actually happened to somebody.
Yeah.
Which the story we're talking about. She was there. They had to take all her clothes off. Of course, she's got the towel on or whatever while she's laying there. But the person had a phone. She turned around and said, hey, what you doing with that phone?
Yeah.
And she said nothing. She put the phone on the floor. And,
what do you mean nothing? I mean, you have the phone in your hand, and the person is laying on the table naked. And she turned around and said, hey, what are you doing with the phone? Nothing. You're doing something with it because it's in your hand.
Exactly.
So that was, subject right there. So anyway, 901-213-6020. What do you think that needs to be done in these therapist sessions when you're having a massage? Would you allow someone to film you during a massage? Now, I don't know. People want people to do that or not. But,
I could see. I'm like, why would you want that?
Yeah.
But, hey, people have preferences, I guess.
All right, and our other topic we're talking about today is carjacking. Most of you probably heard by now, a 12-year-old kid or a young man committed a carjacking, pulled a gun in the parking lot of a Kroger on, where is it, Poplar Avenue?
Yeah. Memphis.
Yeah, and pulled a gun on a woman in a parking lot and tried to carjack her. 12 years old.
Crazy stuff, man.
I mean, what kind of... I mean...
He pulled a gun on the woman.
What made this child do this? Did he, he did it by... Everybody said a few moments ago, that wasn't a mistake. He knew what he was doing when he went to that parking lot. He knew what he wanted to do. It was premature. He planned it, and then it's not like he went there and said, oh, I got a gun. Oh, okay, since I have a gun, give me your car. Ha, ha, ha. I'm making a mistake, so you have to bear with me. No, it's not making a mistake. He intentionally planned to do a carjacking, but it would just happen to be this one person. It could have been anybody. I guess it was a person that he walked up on, saw out there, and took advantage of him. And just wanted to take their car. Maybe it was a gang initiation, somebody said. That happened. But what do you do? Do you, like Director Rollins says, the question he asks, what can we do for the 12-year-old? What can we do for him? Lock him up. That's what you can do for him. I think that would teach him better rather than say, okay, we're going to spend $1 million to rehabilitate him, and we're going to give him this, give him that, give him his parents this, and all of that, and congratulate him for committing a carjacking. Now, the other people that are 12, 10, and 12 years old that are out there trying to do the right things in life and to get an education and try to do the right things and behave and all of that, but yet, hey, they don't get anything.
Yeah.
They stand by and watch the city, the government, and people give these criminals money and rehabilitations and things of that nature and treat them like royalty just because they committed a crime. What do you think that's going to cause the other people to do? the teenagers to do. They're going to want to commit the crime. Oh, let me commit a crime so they can take me out to dinner and give me $50,000 worth of training.
Well, here's the thing. Now, I just got a couple comments here on that.
Yeah.
Jed said Bob's dramatizations are hilarious. But yeah, you go into that. LOL. Also, here, let's see. Vicky was talking about, Vicky came in the building and was talking about when you brought up the massaging situation. She said it should be against the law. People that had the videoing you in a situation like that.
Yeah.
And she says, I don't do massages. I would hate for a stranger to touch my body. I'll pass on that.
Thank you.
And
well, a lot of people love that. What is that? Who is that? Vicky?
Yeah.
Vicky, a lot of people love that. They love to be touched by the same sex, and some of them love to be touched by the opposite sex. Some men love what they feel and the gratification and the slapping of the buttocks, and all that kind of stuff by another man.
If that's going on, that is very questionable.
Yeah, it is.
But look, here's the thing. Now, here's the thing. There's a lot of athletes, male, and there's male massage therapists that work for teams that be massaging the guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the muscles and the workouts.
Right.
So maybe that's a different type of deal.
But I mean, when you go in there, you're not.
It's an athletic environment.
It's an athletic environment. All the players in there and everything.
Yeah.
Ain't no guy wouldn't dare bring a camera in there and even thinking about filming.
Well,
no lady wouldn't do anything like that. That's a total different setting.
Yeah.
But when you go to a therapist and you're in that room by yourself, then another story. That's another subject. I mean, that's another different
regular people.
Different environment. Yeah. So
because honestly, with sports, there's a lot of people around when there's usually it's a whole team getting the massages. It's not an intimate type of deal.
Right.
Vicky says 12 years old as far as the kid is concerned.
Mm-hmm. Kid?
Okay. I'm sure his parents are absent in his life. And let's not forget he's a child. His brain isn't fully developed.
Oh, come on, Vicky.
Now, literally.
Come on.
Technically.
At 12 years old, brains are not fully developed?
Well, not really,
Come on. Well, he may not be trained in some areas like others, like people that are 21, 19 years old, but his brain is fully developed. He knows exactly it was developed enough for him to grab a gun and somehow to get to that parking lot and point it at the lady and say, hey, my brains are not developed yet, so would you bear with me? Give me your car. No, he knew what he was doing. His brains were developed enough to know that he had a gun in his hand, he could do, and he knew that gun could make him do things.
True.
He was developed enough to know that.
And now scientists do say that the brain is not fully developed. Even when you're a teenager.
Yeah.
It's formed. It's nearly there.
Yeah. Well, in that case, what do we say about those that are 25 and 35 that are pulling guns on and shooting people? Maybe their brains are not fully developed then. Maybe their brains are still developing, but it's a slower process. So what are we going to do? Are we going to spend $50,000 on them to rehabilitate them after they killed someone? Because, we probably feel that your brains are not fully developed. That's why you did what you did.
Come on, man.
There's a lot of other teenagers out there that are 12 years old that are doing the right thing. They're not out pulling guns on people and that type of thing. Because they're 12 years old, okay, they got to go out and commit a crime because their brains are not fully developed?
Well, I don't think that's the thing. And I agree with you there. I think the thing is that helps, at least in my opinion. It's not an excuse. But I think it depends on what you're around. Like, even as a kid, you're 12, you're almost a teenager, but you're still impressionable to the point.
Okay, now let me say this. If that guy pulled a gun on somebody and then somebody turned around and shot him, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, are they going to arrest that other person that shot him and say, oh, you shot a kid, his brains are not fully developed, you're going to prison?
No. Most likely not.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so, hey, you and I understand some people don't have people in their lives, and I'm not knocking that.
Yeah.
I'm very much aware of that, and I want you to understand that. But there are a lot of people out there that do have people in their lives, and so and there are other kids that are out there that don't have people in their lives, and they're not out on the streets pulling guns on people and demanding their cars. There are a lot of kids out there that only have mothers in their lives, and like I said, my hat's off to the single moms that are doing an excellent job in raising young men and young women by themselves. I'm not all for that. I wish that the family would stay together.
Yeah.
But single women that are out there doing a great, and single men that are out there doing a great job as single parents, raising these kids, and they're doing a good. We cannot overlook those people.
That's a tough job.
And we cannot overlook those kids that only have a single father or a single mother in the home, and they're doing their homework, they're obeying their parents, even though they're in a single household, and they're doing the right things, and they're not out looking for guns, they're not looking out looking to join gangs and things of that nature. So we've got to honor them as well. We've got to respect them as well, and if you keep overlooking those kids, then, it may lead to the point to where they may feel, okay, wow, only those people that are committing crime get honored and everything else, and get their pictures made and sympathy and $50,000 to go to school and all these other things, and flowers and roses and candy brought to them, and the mayor hugging on them and all that. Everything's going to be all right. I mean,
Well, here's the thing.
You understand my point.
I get your point, definitely. Okay. I think it's there's levels, right? You can't offer love without offering any type of consequences to action.
And one lady said, "Oh, he's a baby." He wasn't a baby.
But
yeah, go ahead.
Here's a comment. I just see GKP back in the building. He says statistics say 25 years old is when your brain is fully developed.
Okay, so leave the 21 and 22-year-old people alone when they're pulling guns on people then. Spend $50,000 and rehabilitate them and give them flowers and roses and candy because their brains are not fully developed. Okay? So that's what we got. That's what we have to do now. Not just 12-year-olds.
And Jet responded to your question about the 12-year-old pulling the gun on him.
Yes.
He said, no, his brain still would not be fully developed because they'd be all over the ground.
I figured he would say that. Oh, boy, y'all people. You people. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, speaking of this, do you know what I'm seeing in the news? It's kind of the open thing. I know we just got a few minutes left.
Yeah.
There's a new, and this is from the USA Today. New news channel is coming out.
Oh, really?
A new news network, and this is real. Launching January 6, 2020. Called the Black News Channel.
The Black News Channel.
A 24/7 news offering will launch in 2020, offering programming culturally specific to the African American audience.
Well, that's going to be a lot of news. I mean,
well, see, there you go. I knew it was coming. But, they're going to be called BNC, which they plan to launch in November 2015, pushes the premiere back to take advantage of fast-moving digital platforms. Those carriers include wireless cellular devices, a streaming video service, and offer live programming as well. So it seems like they're going to be mostly online. But that's interesting.
Wow. Okay. So a 24-hour
Black News Network.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Black News Network. Wow. Well, they won't be lacking in news. No, seriously.
Yeah, honestly.
There's a lot of news that's going on in the black community. Lots of news.
I mean, all over in all sorts of arenas, to be honest.
That's right. And so if
it's everywhere.
If it's a news network, they can report.
They got to cover a lot of stuff.
Oh, my goodness. All over the country, there's a lot of black news that's going on, whether it be good or bad. Most bad.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of good news going on.
Oh, most of it bad. Nah, most of it's not bad.
Yeah, it is. Most of it bad. What do you hear in Memphis? What do you hear?
What do you see as the market opportunity? Well, what I see, I think.
Well, no, yeah, that's something else.
Okay. All right. But at any rate,
I'm gonna try to find some audio for the Black News Network.
What was that? Who was that made that comment we was talking about earlier? About not Bob and John. Who was that? That earlier you had a comment you was playing a thing.
George W. Bush.
Yeah, play that again. Play that again, George. We were talking about the massages and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Listen to what the former president statement that he made a few years ago. Take a listen. You got it, Josh?
Yes.
Let's take a listen to what the former president George W. Bush had to say. And here we go. Let's see what he has to say.
We got an issue in America. Too many good docs are getting out of business. Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women all across this country.
Wow. Too many OBGYNs are not able to practice their love for women all across this country. My good friend, George W. Bush. I wonder if that was written in his speech or is that just something that just fell in his head.
I'm sure he said, hey, look, I think this would be a good ad-lib. Let me throw this in there. Yeah. I know the crowd will love this one.
But anyway, folks, it's been a wonderful day today, and thanks for being with us and joining us this Thursday. Hey, Thanksgiving is coming up. We'll talk about that as well, what you're going to do for Thanksgiving, your meal that you're going to prepare, and all of that. We'll talk about that maybe sometime next week. Yeah.
Let me read a couple more I'm seeing that I missed. Let's see. Vicky says sometimes you got to dig deeper into that child's family history.
Mm-hmm.
Then she said 24-hour Black News Network, great. Now we get to see the real America rubbing hands together. As far as looking forward to it,
or cutting hands off.
I cannot say that it's gonna be. I can't say it's gonna be mostly bad news. It really wouldn't even be a point. I think there's a lot of good stuff going on in the Black community.
Well, let me say
that does not get publicized.
That's what I was going to say.
Because everybody's focused on all the bad stuff.
There's a lot of good things that go on, and I hope that they focus on showing a lot of that stuff, which could bring positive light and positivity to the Black community. I hope they do that.
So I found a little bit more about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville Jaguars owner Shadid Khan and former Oklahoma Congressman J.C. Watts are it. And Shad Khan is a multi-billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, ironically, his son Tony Khan is over the new wrestling company that's emerged on TNT, AEW.
Oh, really?
So they're funding that situation. Then Shad Khan owns the Jacksonville Jaguars and one of the richest men in the world.
The black guy.
Is going to be over this new Black News Network.
Oh, okay.
So they got some big money coming into this thing. So I like the fact that it's going to be quality. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, very good. Jay said just tag you into the BNC, Black News Channel.
Okay, cool.
News story.
Thank you. Here, actually, I got something here. And I may not play the whole thing, but I just want to hear some of what they got to say about it.
The Black News Channel.
Yeah.
Coming up.
This is an interview they did on CNBC.
Okay, take a listen to this. Coming up January 1st, 2020, Black News News Network. Listen to this.
Gentlemen, welcome. Good to have you.
Thank you very much.
This is a big toe in the water here. What do you see as opportunity?
Well, what I see, I think it's market opportunity. Importantly, really a great cause. It's been an unmet market with about 33, with a bunch of, obviously, the whole African American market. So unmet need, and this is a vehicle to be able to address that.
Where do you think you're going to take share from? Where are they getting their news now as a demographic?
I think they're getting them from a number of places, but it's not specific oriented towards them. And so maybe, JC, you want to,
Well, I think when you look at where the community is today, they're all over the board. There's no one place that they go to get their news. We will be culturally specific to the African American community. You don't hear networks talking about sickle cell. I mean, in terms of wellness, that's an issue for us. The HBCU, historical black colleges and universities, that's a huge marketplace for us in terms of talent, news, analyticals. So culturally specific means that we're talking about issues that are of concern to the African American community.
There's actually a lot of discussion that Twitter is a big source of information for African Americans. Maybe that's a comment on how they're looking for places on television to get their news.
Well, when you look at the millennial crowd, 98% of African American millennials have cell phones, 68% get their video. And so we have to be where they be on cell phones, would be linear, streaming services. So, but there is a need for that community, as Shad alluded to. There's a need for that community to be served, and right now the community says we don't have a location, a venue that we can go to get things culturally specific to us.
I think you just touched on this a little bit, but the idea of launching a 24/7 cable news channel, I mean, the timing, it's an interesting time in the industry right now. We're seeing so much media consolidation, obviously a lot of cord cutting, a lot of streaming services getting ready to launch right now. How does all of that factor into your decision to launch this?
Well, I think in spite of the fact that the community says we are underserved, our strategy is we have to be wherever the African American community is getting their news. And in cord cutting, hey, we have to be on those platforms, on the digital platforms. So I think when you've got content that says wellness, current affairs, education, inspiration, when you've got content that will cover those spectrums, that will give a broad view of who the community is, not just entertainment or athletics, which I came from an athletic background. Shad can relate to that. But regardless, there's a broad spectrum of perspectives in the African American community, and right now we will feel that need.
Speaking.
And that's just some of it. But I actually like some of what he said, especially with come to entertainment and athletics. Because really, if you look at just most news now, I know we're going to get out of here, but when you look at most news at any level, all you see, and even on black networks, to be honest with you, all you see is music and sports.
Yeah.
It's either hip-hop, R&B, or some type of music, even with gospel, and that's fine. But it's either music or movies and sports.
Or some of these sitcom shows that are on there just showing hot women with hot men and drinking all kinds of alcohol and cursing and everything, but yet they want your black young kids to be able to see that kind of stuff. This is the way you live. No. They need to focus anyway. Whatever.
Yeah, but I like hopefully this is educational and informative. Because I like what I'm hearing. And now Jet says J.C. Watson, I brought up his name.
Yeah.
He says, oh, Lord, Watts is Clarence Thomas like.
Yeah.
So he said, I'll wait and see.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Watts is, yeah.
So
that's what black people would say. He's, Clarence Thomas.
Black folks don't like Clarence Thomas at all. No. They have kicked him out of the community.
Yeah, but for no reason though. What did he do? What did he do?
I know.
What did Clarence Thomas do other than get appointed to the Supreme Court? What?
I feel like that could be a show.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the problem I have. Then,
yeah.
Okay, man that gets appointed to the Supreme Court, Clarence Thomas, and then all black people start talking about him and downing him. Whether you agree he's a Republican or a Democrat. You have a black man that's appointed to the Supreme Court. You ought to be thankful. You should be thankful. And that's my problem. That all these black businesses want to come up and black networks, and you think black people are going to support you if you... It's time to go. Time to go. Black people don't even support black businesses. some people would rather go, and I know this for a fact.
Oh yeah.
Some people would rather not advertise or come to your business and buy
money.
stuff or spend money at your business. They'd rather go to a place. I had a black man tell me this.
Yeah, literally.
I had a black man literally tell me this. He told me, well, you know, I don't want to advertise with black folk. I want to go somewhere and advertise the same type of organization or company that we are.
Mm-hmm.
We had then.
Yeah.
They rather go and advertise with the white man and spend
like
$2,400 a month rather than advertise with me and spend $500 a month. That's what the man told me. I'd rather go there and spend that money rather than spend $500 with you.
I remember a black-owned air conditioning company that felt the same way in Memphis.
Yeah. So
you know,
all I'm saying
I
is,
would call their name
when
out
you
because,
when you don't no call
I'm not gonna do it.
But when you talk about black people supporting black people, I've been there, I've done that, I know about that. It ain't nothing but a bunch of talk. Nothing but until you prove to me that the black community can stick together and go and buy a hamburger from a black business that's black owned rather than continue to go and support a white hamburger maker.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying, trying to.
Yeah.
But black people don't support black people. That's the biggest lie I've ever been told. They don't support each other. But I've got to quit. My time is gone. Okay? And I can keep on with this. I can go for another hour.
Oh, yeah.
But stop being blind to the fact and keep hope alive is what people are trying to do. Keep hope alive. It's not alive in that. Black people don't support each other. Keep hope alive. No. There is no. It's not alive. There's hope.
There's always hope.
But it's not alive because they're not reacting and doing what they should do. Supporting black business. They're always talking. Black business. We should support each other. We should support each other. We should support each other. We should support it. They say it so much and start saying it so fast they sound like Chinese folks.
But here's the thing. You gotta make it alive. As far as the community.
Yeah, we're black people support each other. Go buy a hamburger. Go buy a candy bar from a black man. Go buy one. Not a Baby Ruth either. Whatever they say. Y'all have a good day.
You're listening to Talkback Live with Bob and Josh. Talking about current events and topics that matter. Call in now. 901-213-6020. 901-213-6020. Now, here's Bob and Josh.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances have the best prices in town. Sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'm telling you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all: color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. Graphics Printing. C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778. 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales.